Blue Apron, take back dinner.
Hi, guys.
Announce your presence with authority.
That's a big Jessica welcome. Thank you for coming or watching the Liars Club. As you can see, Felicia's not here today. We have David Smalley.
Hello.
Yes, thank you for filling in again.
Thanks for having me. I love this thing.
This thing. I love it too.
I love your thing.
Yeah,
that you have.
thank you. I know we have one of our producers, Austin Walker. To my right.
Hello.
He's got 2 phones. He's very important.
Yeah, if you guys have any questions or anything like that, just do that and Austin will relay it to us. And then we have Michael Evans in the booth. Let's go ahead and introduce him.
Yay!
Hello, Michael.
Do you have your camera on too?
Yeah.
Okay, great. You guys know what we do here at the Liars Club. We're going to have each of our guests tell 2 stories each. One's true, one's a lie. Then we try to figure out which is which, along with you guys. Yeah? Fun? So, you guys, this is the way it's going to go. You're going to tell one story, then you're going to tell one story, one story, one story.
Okay.
All right.
Sound good?
Yeah.
Sounds
Do we
perfect.
I don't think we need any banter, right?
Well,
Sure.
Do we need an introduction?
Banter begin. Ready?
Are
So,
we going to introduce the guy?
how's the weather?
No.
It's
Yes.
fall.
Yeah,
Yes.
That's what Austin's going to do.
Oh,
all right. Next to David, this young lady you may have seen on America's Got Talent or on Comedy Central's Badass Bitches of History. She's the creator and the host of the IFC web series The Feeling is Mutual,
You did some research.
which is also the name of her podcast, by the way. She is Miss Jen Saunderson.
Hello.
I thought we should have just got off where you said that
The-
you were me.
Sorry,
feeling is
banter's
mutual?
over.
Oh, banter's over.
No.
wow, you just stopped her, and I thought we should have got off. So then that's it.
No banter.
No, I'm sorry. I'm just
No, it's
kidding.
okay.
I'm just
No,
kidding.
it's
I'm just
fine.
Banter
kidding.
away.
I know I come across, in
No,
the
you
beginning, but
don't.
we're just going to have fun.
You're fine.
She's a bitch.
This gentleman
I've
next
known
to
you too
me,
long. You
I'm the
scared?
gentleman.
he is a gentleman.
Fantastic.
He's not only a jack of all trades, as a well-known advocate of
Aw.
marijuana, he's out here doing God's work or nobody's work, as David's concerned.
Damn right.
He's a
Both can be
regular
true.
host at High Times events, and you might be familiar with his appearances on Doug Benson's Getting Doug with High. And people love him on Netflix's Cooking on High. You know, Leah that plays along on Twitter,
Yeah.
she was so excited that he was going to be here because
wow.
of that. He is Mr. Ngaio Bealum.
Well, hello.
Yay.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Con mucho gusto. Avec plaisir. Charmed, I'm sure.
You're going to make all of us sound like trash.
Yeah.
I'm going to talk like this the whole
Immediately.
time. Well, you know, Jessica. No, I'm not.
I'm like,
It's not
yeah?
that's not my normal
You
talking
sound like
voice.
George Takei.
Oh, my.
What?
I have multiple laughs.
Live long and
Oh,
prosper.
Oh, that was worth it.
okay.
Sorry.
Said phasers
We're
on
good.
I just want to start this off by saying I'm 2-0.
What does
Well, you've
that
only done it
mean?
once.
I've done it twice.
I was 2-0 my first time.
Did
I
you
w-
get both of them right?
Yes.
Unless Yours?
That and I busted someone in a lie on both shows.
Wow, you're like the Perry
I-
Mason of liars.
Yes.
Oh.
And the last guy, who was the Dawes guy? Who was he? Dawes?
Oh, Bill Dawes.
Bill Dawes. Busted him and he cracked right in the moment.
Did he
Yeah.
cry? Were
He
there
just
tears?
cracked. Yeah.
I did it.
You
I
guys-
did it. I'm glad I tell you.
Don't do that. Don't crack.
Do not crack, okay?
Even
Yeah.
if it's obvious that you're busted.
Even if it's just go along with it, and it's funner if we get
Like,
to vote.
don't give it up until we're
Yeah.
like, now give
Yeah.
it
I know,
up.
we're mostly looking at Jen.
You're like the
Yeah, I don't know.
Don't
we
crack.
trust you with
Oh,
this
believe
guy,
me,
but
I smile all the time, so
that's
there's no
fine.
tells.
But just be like, yep.
I'll be like,
Tell through the
maybe,
smile. That's fine.
I don't know.
Just don't give it up. Because they're tough online, too. They're going to press you throughout this thing.
Oh
so.
shit! Are you guys gonna be like in the middle of the story? Be like liar! And I'll be like son of a
Yep.
bitch! I'm
Exactly.
still
That's what we're saying.
speaking.
Yes.
Yeah, we may
I am
interrupt
still
you and
Be like, wait a minute. How did this happen? If this happened? And then
With that,
yeah,
Yeah.
that's my gotcha.
You sound like you're telling
Yeah.
long, involved stories. Keep your lies short and sweet. That's
Yes.
what I always say.
I imagine you have a shirt that just goes.
With this face.
Nice.
Yeah.
You're
That was just
trying
for the
to-
viewers.
For the cameras,
looking to
can
meme
they see
yourself.
that?
Yeah.
The memification.
All right, who wants to go first? And Guy, you've done it during the live show. Do you want to go first?
Sure, I'll go first.
Yay!
Oh, I forgot to put that in his bio that he was just at the Belly Room show last
Yeah.
That's right.
Son of a bitch. Can we do it again?
We're still
I want to do that one sometime. That would
Oh,
be
we're
so
supposed to
fun.
tell
Start all
people.
over.
God, I'm used to Felicia being here doing this stuff. We're
What?
supposed to tell people to subscribe and shit.
Please
Oh,
like
yeah.
and subscribe.
On YouTube.
Oops.
So easy.
Send me notes next time and I'll do it.
I know. You need
Yeah.
to get on this, Felicia.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Come on,
No,
man.
but subscribe to our YouTube. That's the most important. So take a break just for 1 second when we're done from the Comedy Store. Go to the Liars Club. Subscribe to that, please.
And our Belly Room
thank
show will be up
you.
there on probably Wednesday or
20
Thursday next week. So
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah.
the
on
one we
YouTube.
did Wednesday night.
Yeah. So
Oh,
that'll
for
be
real?
yeah.
Oh, nice.
At least the
Yeah.
end part, not
Yeah.
your stand-up.
Yeah, we're not gonna put
Yeah, no, that doesn't
just the
deserve
podcast
to be
part.
on there.
No, it was great.
I write
but we
jokes
don't-
very slowly. We can't have you having shit out for the world to see. It's got to be fresh every time. I'm not prolific,
Yeah, sorry.
although I'm emphatic. In other words that ended in C. Diabetic. No, I'm not. But it was the first word that came to mind. Copacetic is probably
This has
better.
been Thesaurus Chat.
Yes.
I'm your host, Mary-Ann Webster.
I can't think of anything. Is chronic with a C?
Yes.
Yep.
Yep.
Oh,
Yes,
good.
it is.
good. Why don't you go first, Mr. Chronic?
All right. In 1994, I won the International Jugglers Association People's Choice Award at the
They
convention.
have a People's Choice
They do.
Award.
They have in
There's
Vermont.
special awards just for jugglers.
Just the People's Choice. I beat out the one-armed kid who's a much better juggler than me, but I'm charming as shit.
Oh, I've seen that guy. He was
He's
on
great.
America's Got Talent
Yeah,
on my
yeah.
season.
He's an amazing juggler.
Yeah,
You met him.
I met him. Yeah, I have a photo with
And you
him.
think Ngaio could beat him?
I don't know. He's really good. He
When I was
on
doing
AGT.
research on Ngaio, it did say that he was a
He's-
match
Oh my
class
God!
juggler. It did
Wait,
say.
you pre-searched?
Well, I had to do the bio. I don't know everything about Ngaio. Jesus.
I mean, I wasn't a
Bio.
juggler.
Wait, am I allowed to guess too?
Yes, you're gonna vote too.
Oh shit. Oh, I know things.
You do know things.
I know about
I hope
jugglers.
none of this
You
comes
know
out
about
of court.
Well, you meet a lot on America's Got Talent. That's like
That's
half
true.
of the
you probably know the
people.
passing zone. And right, were they on there? Was the passing zone on there?
I don't
I don't
know.
know.
Is it?
I don't know. I know a lot of jugglers. I
Sorry.
started
Is that the
writing
end of your
script.
story? that you won?
That's the whole story.
What year was this?
1994.
1994.
1994.
I don't
You
know,
won.
that guy was
So you won the
so
People's Choice
young.
Award. What does that mean? Like people who follow juggling voted
So
for
it's
you?
at the convention, right? So everybody at the convention gets to-
Juggling convention?
what a
Yeah, they do a juggling
boring
convention every year.
convention.
You are so wrong.
I'm kidding.
You are so wrong. Juggler. One of the reasons I became a juggler is they have better weed than almost anybody
That
except
makes
for rappers and stand-up
sense.
comics. But it's very
Okay.
close.
Really?
It's very close. Yeah, but like a lot of things, the math nerds have kind of taken over,
Yeah.
and so they've sucked some of the joy out of it in favor of math,
In
which
favor.
just happens. It just
So
happens.
they
That's
just
what
get
math
high
nerds
and like,
do.
let's do some algebra.
They don't even really get high, but they change the nomenclature. Like it's not.
So-
it's no longer an Albert or a trebla. It's a 1 or a 3.
What is a tripla?
A trebla is a backwards Albert.
What is an Albert?
It's when you throw it.
You don't let him out of a
Be-
can.
it's- Thank you. Thank you.
You don't let him out of
Right
the
on.
can.
Yes, I also have Roget's thesaurus.
What are we talking about?
A lot of different things.
on our
I wanna go
level.
home.
Try to get on our level.
I am
man.
so
Try to get on our
confused
level.
right now. All I can imagine is those snakes that pop out of a coffee can.
No.
I was imagining penis piercings.
Oh, that's a
Oh,
Prince
PAs.
Albert.
Yeah,
Yes,
I worked at a
yeah.
tattoo parlor.
Okay.
They got that.
That's different. No, an Albert is when you. It's kind of. I mean, I guess it could lead to it if you do it wrong. It's when you throw the club between your legs, but your feet don't leave the ground. So it's different than a under the leg.
Okay.
It was named
Sweep the
after Albert, whose last name I forget, but he like popularized the trick. He was
Okay.
really, really good at it.
Back to the juggling thingy.
Yeah. Well, I beg your pardon.
Was it a?
That's what we were just talking about, though, right?
Yeah, no. I'm talking about the convention where he was crowned
Crowned. The people's
the
choice.
People's
I'm
Choice
people's
of the
choice.
jugglers. Was this a competition?
I'm the people's choice
Yeah,
of the juggler.
like did you get up there and go whippity boo? Here's me throwing stuff, and then they were like,
so
yeah.
when you register to be at the convention, they give you these things called Rastelli bucks, named after Enrico Rastelli, and then everybody who wants to be considered for the award puts out their little hat, and so the people who think you should win put their Rastelli buck in
So
your juggler hat.
people knew about you already.
Yes.
So this was
The
like an
juggler
overtime type
popularity
thing.
Well,
contest.
it was through the 4-day convention or whatever it was, but
Well,
I had a little
here's what
reputation.
I'm
I've
getting
been a
at.
juggler
That's what I'm
since
getting at.
1988.
You didn't just show up, have a competition one time, and then they go, yeah, he was the best today.
No,
It was overtime.
I did come in. Well, I came in second place in the 3-ball open, which I know that sounds weird.
3-ball open.
How many balls does it go up to?
5-ball. They do a 5-ball open,
Is it-
but I
sounds
prefer
fair.
when it
How
comes
many
to it,
balls-
I prefer 3 balls.
How many balls can you handle at once?
I can handle up to 5 if I've been practicing. That's
But
the
I
thing.
thought
That's
you,
like,
I thought
go
you
to
juggled bowling ball pins.
clubs, juggling clubs, and hatchets and torches and shit like that. Yes, but I
Hatchets.
prefer balls.
You're a ball guy.
I
Ball
was
man.
wondering how long that
I'm a
silence was going to last.
ball guy. Duh.
Remember, like last time we had that long silence. She's
Oh
like,
man.
"I had sex with somebody in a public restroom,"
It wasn't
And
a
it was
well,
just-
I have done that though.
and it was
Who
at a
hasn't?
concert. Was she
Who
saying?
hasn't?
How is
I fucked a
that
guy once
relevant
at a
to the
concert.
juggling?
And then it it was like 30 seconds of dead air. We just stared at her like, what is happening? to this show?
Who hasn't had sex at a
Was it a concert?
or a public
Yeah,
event?
Yeah, it was a
but
concert.
Oh,
I
wait,
have
yeah.
done both. So
Yeah.
That's where
In a
Jessica's
balcony.
sexcapades just begin. That's the tip of the iceberg for
How
Jessica.
do you know?
She tells them every week. She releases one more every week. It started with cousins. It started with cousins and at
The Jexcapades.
one
Okay.
time movie
The
theater.
Jesscapades. I like
It's a
that.
Pandora's
I don't-
box.
I've
of
never
just-
done
He
that.
just named your
Small-
next podcast. He called it the Jesscapades,
Jesscapades.
where we just find out about all the weird places you've had
It's not a-
sex.
I
It's
bet
not a bad
Ngaio
idea.
has me beat.
You know,
What is the,
I've been on the road a long
weirdest
time.
Place?
I've been
What
on
is
the
the
road a long
weirdest
time.
place?
I mean,
Juggling convention.
Oh yeah, sure.
yeah.
Well, okay, one
Do
year.
jugglers pool?
1 year in. Well, here's the thing. Before you kind of had to you had to bring one with you. Like there weren't a lot of women at a jugglers convention, as you might imagine.
Fair.
But with the
On a leash.
if
bring
that's what
one.
you're into, with the popularity of contact and flow juggling, like the ball manipulation and the poi and
Sure.
the glowing things and all this stuff,
Damn.
way more women have gotten involved into juggling. So it's not such
As
a sausage
jugglers?
fest. The jugglers have incorporated that into flow arts, right? So all your
Okay.
hooping and your poi and your all
See,
that
but
stuff.
this is
like I'm
we
halfway
know-
decent at poi, even though I've never really done
we
it. because
know
I used
that
to
he
swing clubs.
knows.
Right.
We know that he knows about juggling.
Right. This is
So he
just
could
all.
talk about this all day long.
Right.
What if this is all fake terms?
What town?
You know.
what town was this
clubs.
in Ngaio?
It was in Burlington, Vermont, at
Burlington,
the
Vermont.
University of Burlington.
One more question. The guys who throw the balls down on the piano thing,
Yeah,
are they
that's,
jugglers? What's that called?
Yeah, it's called juggling.
But what is it? It's got to be a
Those
name
guys
for
that
it.
It's
juggle
called-
things
it's
is
called
that called
bounce
juggling?
juggling.
Okay, that's easy.
Yeah, because you're bouncing them and juggling them. Right. The keyboard is generally MIDI. They're not really hitting specific keys. It's just like a trigger pad.
Anybody saying anything
no matter where
online?
they hit it, it's gonna.
It's gonna make the sound.
Raver
Wow.
Basher said that he is familiar with juggling. He juggles work, bills, and alcoholism every day.
Oh,
Nice.
That's fair. So is your story just that you won the
That's the
juggling
whole
thing
story.
once?
I beat the one-armed kid though.
It's
That's
like
the
a
thing.
one
So it was
Okay.
bittersweet.
Okay, so did they? Was it a
Keep
big?
your
Was it a
lives
big thing?
Short. I'm trying to.
Was it a big thing that it led up to? Like, everyone showed up to this. They were like, and the winner is
when
and
they
there's
do
like
the
a-
awards ceremony.
So there were other awards given out.
there
that
are
day.
other awards given out.
Give us an
like
example of another award that was
the
given out.
People who won the competition. There was a lifetime membership award.
Best
Man.
anal scene with a club.
Yes. If that's what you'd like.
Club deep.
Right.
Yes, that's
That
what
one
you'd
really
like.
popped with the control room.
No, we did have one year. We did have an unofficial who can have sex in the weirdest spot.
Really?
At the convention, and
Did it have to be consensual?
yes,
Yeah.
it should always be
Yeah,
consensual.
I would
And
say
why
yes.
would you even?
What
Why
is
would
your-
you even think that?
I was just curious.
I mean,
You
it
think-
was
I mean,
1994.
I've only
but
met two
still.
jugglers. So
1964, 1954. But Bob and Kathy did it under the stage of the Renegade Show while the show was happening. So that was
Wow.
But did they climax?
I did not go to look,
Mm.
but I'm
That's
sure.
interesting.
I'm sure they
That's
achieved
important.
And
penetration.
it was
Question.
juggling, not juggalos.
Yes, if
Woo,
you're
woo.
would you be a
What is
juggling
a
And then after
juggalo
that,
or
we
a
went
juggalo
chicken
juggling?
hunting.
Let's not all talk at once, guys.
Yes, sorry. Would you be a
Who's going
Would-
chicken hunting?
would you be a juggling juggalo or a juggalo juggling?
I'd be the juggling gigolo.
Ooh.
That would be my vaudeville name. Please welcome Ngaio Bealum, the juggling gigolo.
Oh
that'd
damn!
be a
Everywhere
mouthful.
he
Just
goes.
a gigolo. Excuse me while I play with my balls. Everywhere I go.
I think Michael has something to say. I can see it in his eyes.
Yeah, I got a question, man. You said you beat the one-armed kid.
Yes.
Did you beat? So that was that
Like,
in the,
like physically.
was
no.
that in the three? Is that in the 3-ball open class?
Damn.
He got the People's
With
Choice
the
Award.
fat.
So I'm guessing
it's
that
the
has
People's Choice Award.
that's a
Don't
lot
help him, Jess.
well, that has a lot to do with personality.
Personality. As jugglers go, I'm charismatic as fuck.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
and humble too. And so
Self-aware.
And he's got both arms.
humble. Okay.
Oh, damn.
All right. Well, I mean, that's a solid story. I like
Okay.
it short
Pretty
and
solid.
Fine
sweet.
sentence. You said
He
2 to 3
he defended
minutes,
it well.
but
Yeah, but I mean, we talked about it enough that
That's
it.
true.
Yeah.
Well, but the brilliance of that is he could know all of that about juggling, be a fantastic juggler, and did not win the choice award.
Yeah, that's what I'm
still
saying.
answered all those questions.
It's, yeah, it's gonna
That's
come
why I
down to-
started asking specific questions about the ceremony and everything else. But still, he could have been there, and
And
his name
consent.
could have not been called.
Exactly.
It's a very safe lie if you did choose one.
The one-armed guy could have won.
Right.
He is very good.
He is really, really good.
That's
Really
evidence
He's a
against
better
you.
juggler
That's-
than I
Hey,
could
that was
ever
part of
be.
my- That was part of my question. Is you said you were the 3-ball open class. Does he even qualify for another class? I'm trying to
He
imagine
does
a one-arm
3
guy.
or
He
with
can
four.
do
balls.
3 balls. He can do 5
Yeah,
balls.
he
Five
can.
balls.
Like
He does?
he's
Yeah,
really
he
he's
can. He's
really
really
good.
And he can do it at a
He's
world
really,
class
really good.
level. Like
Yeah,
He's a
he was
world-class
on
juggler.
America's Got Talent the same season I was on, and he was
Wow.
passed on to the Vegas round.
Well,
He's
then
really
if you
good.
How
met
old's this
him,
guy?
you met him.
He that's a good question. I'd say he was like hard to gauge, but like I'd say 35, and this was
He
7
was
years
It's
ago.
a toss-up.
young. He was like 12 or
It's a toss-up.
13 when
Shut
I beat
up,
him
you
out.
fucking
Oh,
douchebag.
Nice. I get it. Take your time.
Sorry, guys.
Wait, you said he was 12 or 13 when you beat him?
Damn.
Wait a minute. So you met him?
yeah,
What's
yeah.
his personality like?
He's really nice, kind of shy. We all went and got pasta together because we were all in Vegas, and yeah,
That's what you do when you go to
Yeah,
Vegas. Is go
just-
get pasta.
Yeah, well, you have a long time to sit around and wait to get cut. So, yeah, so
So we know he wasn't a personality champ. That adds up.
What time of year is
We'll
the
see.
old juggling festival?
It's usually in the midsummer.
Okay.
That
I was
makes
just curious. I
sense.
was born in August 1994, so just wondered.
Well,
You were
If
born
you
in
juggled me into the world.
1994?
You thought
Yeah.
you were born in the season of
Wouldn't you
juggling?
have
What if he'd
jiggled
have been?
into
What
the
if he'd have
world?
won that thing on my birthday? This would be like some kind of weird Matrix
Wink and
glitch.
ink.
Yeah.
As Tom
Yeah.
Segura
That's pretty
would probably
narcissistic.
say,
Yeah.
no.
Thank you. Thank you.
Once again, Austin and making all about him.
Thank you. Thank you. We'll be
Welcome
right
to
back.
my new one-man show, all about Austin.
That's my favorite show.
Austin and Me by Austin.
Live from Austin, Texas.
You know what? That's a good juggling story. Go Gators. Anyway,
Yeah, that's a good one.
go Gators. Go Gators.
So when we doing your podcast, Smalley, what's
He can't say blowjob. He says like mouth love, and because he's a church going boy.
yeah.
I can't wait to get him on my show. It's gonna be so
know.
fun.
My daughter
Oh.
used the word blowjay one time, and I was like,
Blowjay.
why did you
Blowjay.
even shorten it?
Oh, you
that's-
guys are gonna love
What'd
my
you say?
story
What the-
then.
Uh-oh.
Who'd you blow?
That's good. That should be the name of the podcast.
To get this
Who'd you
gig
blow?
is implied. That's what that's for.
Blow
Welcome to
today
Who'd
or
You Blow
yesterday?
with Jen Saunderson.
Raver Basher chiming back in, and guy reminds me of that guy that used to buy us alcohol after school.
I probably was.
Might have been.
I probably was. I was probably 18 or 17 at the time. I just look older, and I knew the guy.
And Hostedder would like to remind everybody that Jessica has been to France, so which is a callback to Monday's episode.
That's right. Just so you guys know.
Okay.
Good to know.
Don't try to unsophisticate me.
You're doing a
Not
fine job
dare.
all by yourself.
Don't try to unsophisticate me.
I'm buttering a Pop-Tart.
Great.
And then a snort.
So let's hear.
I am the model of sophistication. God damn it, David. Who invited
Sorry.
I have
Yeah, I'm
nothing
sorry.
to hide.
There's Jason Tebow. See, busy?
No, no.
you? All right,
Mommy,
Jen.
Daddy, please don't fight.
Jen, you're up. Let's do this.
All right.
Alrighty.
Okay.
She has notes, you guys.
Yeah, I have. Yeah, I just like.
Wait, one says lie on it. No, I'm just kidding.
Could you imagine?
She looked down. Oh my God, did I write lie?
Look honest. Try to be honest.
She checked it when I said that.
Sorry. Okay, so I was 15 years old. I just had my very first kiss with tongue.
Aw.
Yeah.
Oh, at 15?
At 15, I was a late bloomer.
She's not from
Yeah.
Florida.
I'm from a small
Go Gators.
island in
Go Gators,
Washington.
Bainbridge?
Would be.
Okay.
So very close.
Very
Thank you.
close.
Yeah. So I had a very uncomfortable first kiss, and the guy didn't talk to me for a couple days.
Weird.
Yeah, it was terrible.
That's why
I
it
just
is
kinda,
best to do it with family.
I have seen your video. I know. But I stood there just scared to death, tongue just completely placid, scared. And he came back to me a couple weeks later after not talking and saying that he wanted a blowjob. Like, he wanted me to go from first base all the way to third because that's what I consider
And he
oral.
hadn't even talked to you.
No, he hadn't even talked to me. He's just like, I really want you to give me a blowjob. And I was terrified because I did not know exactly what a blowjob was. This was the 90s. I couldn't just Google something because we had a family computer.
They didn't have blowjobs in Whidbey Island.
I'm sure they
That's
did.
how some people got those big houses, I'm sure. Welcome to Who'd You Blow?
we only had a family computer, so I couldn't really search for that. And I took it very literal at face value. I thought a blowjob was just,
Is it in the encyclopedia under B? If you had like a series of encyclopedias?
I didn't look it up. I did.
So did you literally just end up blowing on this guy's dick?
So I was terrified. I didn't know what it was. I thought that the penis might be covered in little hairs and you just blew on it and somehow a guy would just goof in his pants because of that. I
That'd
had
be
no
wild.
idea.
Goof.
Goof in
Never
his
heard
pants.
that.
I love
before.
saying goof instead of anything else.
Don't you miss dry humping though?
I do.
Dry humping is underrated.
It
It
is
is.
very nice.
It was fun.
So I ended up going home and talking to this guy that I was friends with and asking him what a blowjob was because I didn't want to look it up on our family computer and
He
have
said
it in the
$50,
history.
same
Sounds
as in
like-
town.
Sounds like the beginning of a porn.
So he,
What's a blowjob?
he told me to go into the freezer and look for a popsicle.
Oh, Jesus.
But we had no popsicles.
Oops.
We only had frozen hot dogs.
Oh, my God.
So I went
That'll
into my
work.
bedroom and so we had a landline, so I have a giant 90s phone with a hot dog in one hand and I'm trying to figure out how
Was
to
it
do
at least
this.
cordless?
It was cordless. Good question.
So you were blowing a
A hot
frozen hot
dog.
dog over the phone.
Yes, talking to my
100%
friend.
chance he
15.
was beating off. 100% chance.
And
100%.
Can you suck it a little louder, please?
Yeah.
And then my dad comes home, who is in the military,
It's getting
who is
pornier and
13
pornier.
years older than me because he's my stepdad who raised me and I have a teen mom. And he just starts knocking on the door. Are you talking about blowjobs? And I'm just like, no.
No, stepdad. Oh,
Why
God.
does it smell like hot dogs in here?
He threw the full hot dog away because I didn't want to eat. I was terrified. And I ended up not doing any blowjobs for 2 years after that.
Did
Well,
you-
at least you waited till
Yeah,
you senior
I was
year.
When was the next time you kissed with tongue?
Oh, gosh. Actually, next time I kissed with Tug was that guy's brother.
Nice.
His
It's a small
foster
island.
brother.
It's a small
foster
island.
brother.
It's a small island.
And I didn't know that the girl she was dating also dated the other guy at the same time. So she wanted to kick my ass because she thought that I had cheated on her with their boyfriends twice, 2 different
Wait, you were
boys.
dating a girl?
No.
Oh, so you were
Sorry.
dating both those dudes at the same time?
Yeah, I had
Well, you had
made
kissed
out
the
with
one. Yeah,
them
that's not
at 2
dating.
separate times, and they lived together. They were foster brothers, and
course.
she was dating them.
Oh,
at
they
both
weren't
times.
blood
She was
then.
dating both.
No.
She was dating them both at the same time as well.
She
You had like a little
Different
polycule,
time.
like
No,
high
they-
school polycule.
Sorry, I'm already looking forward to Austin's recap of that frozen weenie sucking thing. I just can't wait. And
High
see how many
school
times he
polycule.
tosses
That
Go
sounds like an
Gators in there.
anime.
So good.
So that's my first story. It's
What brand
Uncomfortable.
was the weenie?
Oh Jesus!
oh gosh,
I think that's a good
couldn't.
question.
I honestly couldn't tell you.
Was it a thick dog or was
it
it,
was
like
just
a...
a regular. It wasn't. I hate bratwurst,
It
so I
had-
wouldn't have even put that in my mouth.
Wasn't one of the ones with the cheese in it?
Those are gross.
In North Carolina, we have a thing called bright leaf weenies, and they are amazing. They're red hot dogs, but they don't taste. They're not like hot.
They're not called Red Rockets.
No.
Oh, you're sick.
That would have been perfect.
You are sick.
They missed a marketing opportunity in Ngaio. Oh,
I'm an idea man. It's like
Brilliant.
with ideas.
Michael, do you have anything about this? Because she is from your part of the woods.
Yeah, I mean, knowing she's from Whidbey, kind of it answers some questions. Yeah.
wait a minute. Hold on. On her willingness to try to learn, or on the fact that she didn't know how to suck a weenie?
You know what?
was the late
Both. I
90s.
mean, pretty open-minded, creative people out there
Okay.
living on this island,
Okay.
or on a. It's not an island; it's a peninsula.
It's an island.
It is an island. Okay.
Oh,
She's ready to fight you about that.
Anyway, as
She's
you
been
can
through
see,
this
the
before.
You
social-
can go
the-
from a ferry or a bridge, and it's surrounded by land.
is there a
water.
casino on there?
We do
Clearwater?
not have. No, that's Bainbridge,
Okay.
I believe. Yeah.
Hostetter said the only repercussions of this is she's a groupie at hot dog eating contests now.
Nice.
So
Nice.
She juggles hot dogs.
actually, Ray
One
Basher,
hand.
Ray Basher said this is also a juggling story.
2 dudes.
All
Well,
right.
that was good.
That's good.
I don't know if I believe it yet.
How old
but,
were you?
15.
15.
Mhm.
Okay.
Well, Jen is very reserved.
Yeah. I just wanted to see if she'd say the same answer as she said when she started.
Oh, yeah, that's good.
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
just a test
smart.
question. Yeah.
That's good.
You,
okay.
you really are the My Cousin Vinny of
Trying.
Liars Club.
Trying. Sometimes I ask a question and she'll answer for us. She'll try to. I'm like, I know the answer. I just want to see if she remembers the answer.
Did you say Utes? No one saw My Cousin Vinny? Boy, I just got.
I haven't seen it. I just
I mean,
know
it's
that
been a
she
long
won an
time.
Oscar for it.
Oh, I guess
But I
that movie is
saw-
20-something years
Yeah.
old.
It is old.
Yeah.
Yeah, go Gators. So,
Go
story
Gators.
2.
Son of a bitch.
Anybody else have anything to say, or what are we doing?
I might come back and ask another question about that in the middle. You know how we do.
Yeah.
I'll do it.
Darkstar actually chimed in and said that in Ngaio's story won the People's Pro-Choice Award. It's a lie, so abort. Now that's
The
verbatim what he
Pro-Choice
said.
Award.
so
Oh, I
don't-
get it.
It's a lie. Abort.
Yeah.
He's trying to leave the comedy to the professionals.
Sorry.
Is abort a juggling term?
I guess it is now.
I didn't know juggling was so pro.
What is it, Mike? What is it?
Can you
I-
translate for Darkstar?
I don't know what you want to know now. What
What-
you're saying? What he wants? What translate Darkstar's thing?
Yeah, what's he saying?
He's just making an abortion.
He's making an
joke.
abortion joke.
Okay.
He said pro-choice.
But
Free ball
so
open.
abort.
I get it now.
Yeah. So they're always great when you have to
Okay.
explain them.
Everybody's a little slow.
Darkstar. Sorry, man.
Sorry.
Hey, Darkstar.
Not sorry.
A big swing though. We love a good effort.
He got a really good one on Monday.
And we
so I
love
don't feel bad
a
about it.
Grateful Dead song.
Oh yeah.
And guys, is your next story going to be longer?
Probably just as short.
That just means more questions.
That's fine with me.
All right.
I have nothing to hide.
All right.
I am the winner.
Oh,
Another.
gosh,
So
they're all
Another
just-
award.
either way, you're a winner. Whatever.
I stay winning.
This is just a
All I do
filleting
is
of ego.
win.
Do you still have the People's Choice Award?
I
like,
do
at
still
your
have
home?
the People's Choice Award. I'm
Okay.
very close to turning it into a bong.
Okay.
Oh.
I keep thinking about.
What does it look
I'm
like?
not gonna- it's about this tall. It's kind of
Bong-like.
rectangular, and it's got a little felt top hat on it, and it says 1994 International Juggler Association People's Choice Award winner.
Did you walk away after you won it in '94? You're like, I will not juggle anymore. You're like, I'm going out on top, bitches.
I didn't really stop juggling until
You could have had America's Got Talent. man.
probably 98, 99 is when I kind of just stopped juggling like street performer professionally.
Like semi-pro.
Semi-pro.
Were you a busker?
I mean, I was a busker at Pier 39.
Nice.
And a bunch of different street fairs. And also, when I was cutting my young comic teeth, doing shitty one-nighters, I would keep a bag in the trunk because if they were a shitty crowd, I'd be like, just go get my shit and I'll just juggle for 20 minutes and we don't have to talk about anything. Just stare at this shit, drunk asses.
What year were you born?
19.
That last part cut out just a tad for
I'm
me.
sorry.
Ngaio.
I was
What-
born in 19.
He's not allowed to say we're near Hollywood.
We're kind of in the heart of Hollywood. My
You can't
age range.
What does it say on your headshot?
Somewhere between Boomer and Gen Z.
I wanted to do the math to
It
see if
says sexy professor on my headshots is what it says.
He
Thank
is
you, Jen.
old
I like
enough.
it.
Thank you very much.
I
well,
like it.
I think that may come back. Well, never mind.
Let's let him do a
He was
second
alive
story.
in
He just gave me
94.
eyeballs.
Let's just give him he was alive in 94.
I was very alive.
So
Yeah, but he had said how old
More
he was
than a
earlier.
little alive.
yeah, I know how old he is.
Okay.
We used to be roommates.
Yeah,
For
Okay.
real?
and I know
Yeah,
that he
but
juggled.
never
He had
cousins.
juggling stuff. Yeah. So nothing happened. All right. No.
Despite Jessica's best efforts, nothing ever happened.
God.
Okay.
So your next story,
Yes.
you won.
I won.
Sorry.
What?
Class clown. Mission High School 1985.
A juggling class?
Damn it, you're making.
No, just in high school.
That would be impressive.
Vague. These are so vague.
It was an accomplishment for me. It was my first
Just
year at that
making it
school. I had
hard.
transferred.
One time I coughed at a theater. Just
But
saying.
he's a comedian.
So generic, man.
He's a comedian
Sorry,
saying I
man.
won class clown. That makes it so difficult.
What school?
Mission High School, class of 85.
All this
Now
is
you
gonna
can do
be
your
real.
math.
I just did it. Hold on.
I was 17. I was born in 1968. Do you really need to know?
Yeah, he does.
Yes, I
It
did.
really does.
That
You're
does-
the monkey.
I just did it.
8:34 p.m. on a Thursday. Children's Hospital, San Francisco.
Got
Home
Was it
online.
raining?
Got it.
Oh, you know what? I should have told that other story. It's too late now.
Oh.
That's all right. I think I just figured mine out.
Tell it
You
to me
figured
after.
it out
I
already?
think, I think I did. But go ahead.
No, that's it.
No, you go ahead. I want to hear what you think you got figured out.
Because
wanna
I don't know.
Yeah, same.
So I think whenever he was talking about beating the one-armed juggler,
Who exists?
he said that kid was 12 or 13 at the time that he beat him, right?
He does.
And he said he was about 17 when he beat him.
No, I did not say
You
I was
did say
17.
that.
No, I did not.
And he said it was about 1994.
But I was not 17.
Yeah, I don't remember that part. Him saying he was 17.
No,
I thought he said I
didn't.
was a little older. I was about
He-
17.
No.
No.
No, he was
didn't.
saying the one-armed juggler guy
Ask
was like
them.
14
Did I
or
really get that
15.
wrong?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
He said I was a little older than him. I was about 17 when I beat him.
No, I
No.
was. That's what I felt like.
Right.
I was
I want to know if
married.
anyenybody else heard that.
I think I was
Things that make you go,
affianced when I won that award.
Okay.
Did you get anything for class clown? Were you
I have
highlighted?
I have
in
a
the-
little piece of paper, like they give you the mission high. It's got the little seal.
And you still
on
have it?
Yeah, fuck yeah. I keep all kind of crazy shit. I'm so sentimental about things. I'm vain enough to think that one day they're gonna need this stuff for the museum.
for the museum.
Aw.
At least in my house, I have a wall of fame. It's the wall of fame. It's my wall of fame. This is me standing next
You know
to
what's
people
funny?
way more famous than me.
I have one of those too, and it is a little piece of paper. It's from the 8th grade, but
It says class clown.
yeah.
Oh, they got that one wrong.
Yeah, you have no class.
Yeah.
You're-
I opened myself up
you
for that
might
one.
be a clown. But
Okay.
These are vague.
Um,
These are vague.
Who voted on this in Ngaio? Was it the classmates or the teachers? What?
It was the classmates. It was the students. They take a poll. You know how you do like prom king, prom queen, biggest dimples. The yearbook committee's got a lot to do
Like
with
a
it.
Biggest
superlative.
dimples?
Oh, you went from the whole school.
Yes, my whole school. My 1 year at that school, I transferred in from Reardon High, and I just happened to be funny and effervescent, and I just won class clown. I wasn't
you
even, I
probably-
wasn't going after it. It just I was very surprised.
Ironically enough, you probably dressed the same way back then, huh?
Not quite, but
Not quite?
No. My boy Richard Fong used to wear a tie and a suit all the time for no reason, but I was definitely a jeans. Oh, although I had stolen the marching band jacket from my old high school, which was like
I want a good
bright
marching
blue
band
and had
jacket.
crazy epaulets and shit on it because Michael Jackson was popular, so I just kind of
Yeah.
got a jacket.
Raver Basher is a genius. Right before we figured out what year Ngaio was born, he guessed 1967. So like
Well, that's
you
pretty
can
close.
just tell
Wow.
by
That's
looking at
pretty
you. That's
close.
bizarre.
Thanks.
Uh,
It's the salt and the pepper.
Crazy Stoner, however,
More
says,
salt in the hair.
I thought you were much younger.
Less salt in
actually.
the diet.
Crazy Stoner is not buying the story. Didn't give a reason. Just said not buying it, but did buy your hot dog story. Actually
don't-
thinks
you don't
that's
have to
true.
buy it.
So
All right.
Okay. Well, this is really hard, this episode, and you guys are making it very difficult.
is that the school you graduated from?
Mission High, yes.
High
How
school?
big was the school? Was it like 4A, 3A?
Well, I don't even know what that means.
This
Size?
Yeah, Everman, Texas is 4A.
Yeah, I don't know what that means either.
It's like the size of
Shit, we probably had 2,000 kids. It was probably a couple hundred kids in the senior class.
What was the mascot?
The Bears.
The Bears?
Bears. Brown and yellow are the colors.
Do you remember the alma mater song?
Brown.
We didn't
Yeah,
have one
Jesus
for
Christ.
Yeah, where are you with this shit?
We didn't have one. We didn't have one for Mission High, but we had
Here's
one
the thing.
for Reardon High School, and I still remember that one.
He would know all of that anyway,
That's
whether
the
or not
problem
he got.
with this.
Yeah.
That's why he's made it
So generic.
You could call
so
Richard Fong.
broad.
You can call.
Of
Cliff
course,
Lee.
you're going to know all this stuff. Of
Yeah.
course, you went to that school. It all comes down to what
Well,
did
am I
you
supposed
win?
to make it easy?
Did you win the award?
And he's a comedian, so him winning class clown is totally believable.
Or
For
you-
anybody in this room could have said that.
And we know he's a
maybe.
juggler with a good personality.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that guy
Well,
really
we know
does
he's a juggler.
exist.
There you go.
I got a photo with
He
him.
missed it.
Maybe these
We
go
know.
hand in hand. The first
I
one's
heard
true.
you. I guess.
Yeah.
The first one's true. He won class clown as a juggler. Clowns juggle. Maybe that's like why he was considered
No.
for it. Didn't
You're-
actually
you're
win it.
deep
All
in
the
the
juggling
conspiracy
shit's true.
theories over there. You're like the Alex.
I'm
Jones.
not going to vote
Hey,
yet, but I have I have an idea.
You got to be creative with so little detail.
Well, the only thing that's got me thinking is that he probably knew Jen was going to be here because y'all know each other, right?
But I didn't know.
Yeah,
Jen
but
was
we
there. I
haven't
got this
talked.
gig today.
But I
Yeah.
know, but we retweeted it, so you would have seen her name was on there,
I
and
did
then you
see
might
her
have seen
name.
her when it's like, well, what's Jen been up to? America's Got Talent. Oh, look, there's a one-armed juggler. I'm a
That's
juggler
a
because we know you're a
That's
juggler.
a long way.
That's a
Whoa.
really
That's
I
a
don't know.
long way.
That's
That
the
part
only.
I have a-
of
You're the
me
one
is
who
like
does research here.
buried.
Yeah.
I have an idea, but I want to wait because it might affect her story. So I'm just
Really?
gonna, I'm gonna
Okay.
wait.
All right, well, let's move on then to Jen. She's got her notes, but her stories don't seem to be as long as her notes either.
I tried to make it classy and nice for you guys. I'm not trying to be like, one time I had sex with someone, disgust.
Ooh,
what
can
Jessica
we?
does.
Can you tell us about it very slowly? Keep your hands above the tables, everybody.
Okay, so actually that's how this one starts.
One time in band camp.
So I was having sex with the guy I was dating in college, and he was fucking gorgeous, amazing guy. And he was, that kind of guy that you're dating and you call him your boyfriend, but he does not call you his girlfriend unless
Sure.
you are in a bar and somebody's hitting on you, and then all of a sudden it's like, that's my girlfriend.
Yep, got a
That was
couple of
this
those.
kind of guy.
Sure.
So we have sex, and I take the condom because he's done, and I hide it in the wastebasket because I want to be, private and not gross out my roommate, even though she's been banging this guy who has a meth problem in the house constantly, and I'm just trying to be the classier roommate. I'm 23. I'm 23 at the
'Kay.
time. I'm graduating college,
What college?
Washington State University.
What was your
No,
major?
I had
Oh,
three.
Washington State. Sorry, go Cougs.
Yeah, I had 3 majors.
Out the
And
wazoo.
What were your majors?
I was a communication major with a double emphasis in advertising and public relations, and an anthropology degree. I was the first to go to my college.
That anthropology.
Okay.
or
will-
first to go to college.
That anthropology degree will do you well in the world of stand-up comedy.
It's really fun.
Even
I love
more than
culture.
marketing and communications.
Let me.
I'm not
so I
done
just,
with
I
the
know,
story.
I know, but I do have a problem because, okay, if anybody knows Jen now, she loves to bake pies.
Yeah.
She's wanting to have babies.
One.
Baby.
Don't
she
you
wants to have
babies
babies.
me.
She wants to have. You can end up with multiple in one shot. So
I know
It's
my
true.
dad's a twin.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
skip a
yeah.
generation.
With
But
my-
you know,
with
she's
my
like
aunt.
Susie homemaker. She loves to make deviled eggs,
Mhm.
right?
Oh.
Blow
Yeah.
hot dogs.
Yeah.
I blow hot dogs still to this day. You know, but that's why I have a problem with you not saying or putting your foot down with your roommate having this meth.
I was 23. It was one of my first people that I actually lived with. It was really uncomfortable.
Maybe that's why she's such a Susie homemaker now. is
Yeah,
that
because I know myself
scarred
way
her.
more. So what happened was after we had sex, my friends came over and they threw me a going away party, which was really nice. And then
This was really nice.
yeah, it was really nice because you know me. I'm always putting on parties. So
Just
for
really
somebody to throw me a party was a big deal for me to give control over to someone else.
Fair enough.
Okay.
So the guy I'm seeing comes over. He brings a girl, which is fine. Not too upset
What?
about it. Yeah, I just maybe it's a friend. So my
Yeah,
roommate
that's what we
comes.
tell ourselves.
I know. I
That's
know.
a shitty thing to do.
So my roommate.
Oh, baby, you
Yeah.
got what I need.
Oh shit.
Did you say he's just a friend? Did you say he's just a friend? Oh, baby, you. Okay, that's enough.
Yeah, we're gonna get kicked off YouTube.
Copyright.
That was 8
This
seconds.
was fair
We're
use.
fine.
It was all fair
It
use.
was fair use. Be sure
So my roommate comes up to me and says, "I think something's wrong. I think Jason is throwing up in the bathroom."
And that's your
'Cause-
boyfriend.
Yeah. Sorry.
The
That's
guy you
I'm
call your
dating.
boyfriend.
The guy I call my
Jason.
boyfriend,
Wait,
Jason.
in the trash.
He thinks he's throwing up because he's making a lot of sounds, and I open the door and he's fucking that girl. Yeah.
Was he using a condom?
I wasn't looking at that point. I wasn't looking at that. I was more
Fucking-
like,
It's
oh.
like she opened her room. Oh my God, are you guys being safe? I'm concerned about my. Never mind.
So
asshole.
I was so angry. I did
You wrote a
something
letter.
very gross. I
Oh.
went to that wastebasket. I pulled out the condom, which had not been tied, and I threw it at him, and the spooge went all over his
You mean
chest.
the goof?
Yes, the goof.
The goof.
Well, not all over, because it wasn't that much goof, but enough that there was goof on his chest, and I said, "You fuck me, I fuck you." So that was probably my meanest moment.
Yeah, I don't
Would
know.
the spooge still be?
No.
That would be a very thin
Spoogeable?
condom.
Yeah.
But
Well,
would,
did you
would it
tie
still
a
be
knot
that
in the
liquid
condom?
though?
Here's the thing. I have to ask.
Would it still be that gooey?
after
It was
you-
earlier in the day. It wasn't
after
that long
you,
ago.
generally when you finish
She
with a
said next
condom,
day.
you kind of tie a knot
Yeah.
in it.
Yeah,
Right,
I
yeah.
was still really new
Didn't
to
you say
having
next day?
sex.
So you hadn't
I
tied
just
the
pu-
knot.
No,
You
I
just
just
put the-
laid it with trash in the bin.
Okay, Jen, I have a question.
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought you said the next day. This
no,
happened.
sorry, same day. In the morning, I had sex with him,
Okay.
and later in the day.
Later that day.
And he brought a
your
date to that
friends.
party.
Yeah,
And then he would bring a date.
You
to
should
that
throw
party.
spooge at that
Yeah.
guy.
you should. He's an asshole.
Yeah.
He's
You should have thrown other
only
people's
dates
spooge at
girls that are 23 to this day.
to this day.
Yeah.
He's
the-
a real
the-
Yeah,
D-bag.
he's
What is
one of
he,
those
like a
guys.
garbage collector?
No, he works at Amazon.
What does he
Fine.
grab the stuff from my Prime? No.
No,
Is he a big guy at Amazon?
yeah.
God damn it.
He's the reason why I was so good at parallel parking because he would just scream at me when I would try to parallel park.
Wow.
I don't
Well, so
even
it's
know-
not
Sounds
all
like a
bad.
winner.
Yeah,
You made
he's
out with a
real
good
nice.
skill, you know.
I made out with a good skill.
Yeah.
I don't know. This is tough because I could see you maybe screaming at your pies. I fuck you. You fuck me.
You don't
But
know.
not-
I used to have all the piercings and blue hair, and I worked
I've
at a
seen
tattoo
pictures of you
parlor.
with that.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's true.
Yeah.
So whenever you,
I used to I spat at a guy that was at a frat party.
Yeah, but
and
you just said
But you
spat.
said spat. Yeah, that kind
Yeah.
of takes you out.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I spat at him, and I was like, "Fuck you!" And I used the c word a lot. Like, I know what I sound like
So-
now. I know what I sound like now.
Had people been
So-
drinking? Had you been drinking?
I hadn't. No, I had like a couple.
How
So-
long
so
into
this
the-
Sorry.
How long into the party was this?
About 2 hours, not really long. He was late, like usual, so.
Any product.
And he
What was your question,
Yeah.
David?
So take me through like the design of the apartment. Is it just a dorm? Is it like a studio situation?
There's an apartment underneath it, and then there's an apartment on top of it, and
Yours was the one on top?
yeah, it's the one on top.
Okay, so you had, was it a
Second
1-bedroom?
story.
Was
Two
it a
bedroom because I shared it with another girl.
But upstairs was 2 bedrooms?
Yeah.
So you had your own
I had my own
bedroom
room.
and bathroom?
Not bathroom.
2 beds, 1 bath.
So 2 bedrooms, okay, and then the bathroom was separate from both bedrooms.
Right.
Which
And
one
when-
was it
and-
closest to?
Well, hold on. The
It was farther away from both of us.
so you had a trash bin in your bedroom?
No,
Where was the trash bin?
in the bathroom.
So while he was having sex with the girl in the bathroom,
There
you went
was a-
into that bathroom and to the trash
Did he
can
stop
and threw it at
when
him.
you came in?
Yeah, of course he stopped. He was
Well, I
surprised,
mean,
and he was like, "I'm not doing anything."
I
I'm
don't
like,
see an
"What the
apartment
fuck?"
that small having a bathroom big enough to comfortably fit 3 people and a flying condom.
That's a good
Pshaw.
point.
There's a.
Okay.
Are you serious? Because there's a toilet, and then there's.
Was this
a
in the
vanity.
dorms at Wazoo?
I mean,
no,
was she
no,
just like
this is in a apartment.
Yeah,
So there's.
Where was she?
Where was she?
Like, where was
she
he
bent over
fucking
the
her?
toilet?
She was bent over the sink.
over the sink.
Yeah, over the vanity area.
So
So
you
they
would
can
have
look
to
in the
go
mirror.
around her probably.
Yeah, I
to
had
get
to
to the-
go around, grab it, and then throw it at him.
Was she still in the room?
Yeah.
She stayed in the room for the event.
Well, her pants were down. I was very fast and very angry
And furious.
and furious.
Nice.
That was good.
Get
Thank you.
acid.
Thank you.
Go Gators. Go
Yeah, I'm
Gators.
with you. Like the logistics don't really make sense.
But the suck in the weenie is very, very.
You
15.
rather believe
Yeah.
that she could
It's very
pull a hot-
15.
Oh,
15-year-old.
that hurts.
Did any? I think I've said
Well,
this, but
you're using too much teeth.
no.
You would see it on the weenie. You would see it on the weenie if I used teeth.
You would. You would see it on the weenie. if
It's
you-
true.
That's actually how I eventually did learn how to give head. Is that I would, you know,
Teeth on the
Pocky,
weenie? Oh, yeah.
Pocky, the little biscuits
What,
with the chocolate
what
on them.
size are these
What?
dudes that you're
Oh.
blowing if they can practice on a pocky stick?
Pocky is like this big.
Yeah, but it's skinny.
It's so skinny.
Yeah, but I would try to get all the chocolate off without breaking the biscuit.
Oh, that's the classic joke. Like, who's the most popular dude at the nudist colony? It's the guy who can carry 12 donuts and 2 cups of coffee, right? And the most popular woman.
Oh.
The most popular woman is the one who can eat the last donut. These are the classics, people.
These are what you
These
learn
are
when
the
you were
classics.
juggler.
This is what you
This
get
is-
class clown
This
with.
is what you learn when you find the Playboys under your grandfather's bed and you read the joke section in 1975 or whatnot.
All right. I'm ready, but I'll wait for the recaps. Go ahead.
All right. Ready for
All right.
recaps?
Well, does anybody say anything online?
Yeah, anybody got questions?
I missed a super funny joke, and I'm sorry. Michael, help me out if you heard it, because Raver Basher said I was going to guess Evergreen, but I don't know what we were talking about at the time.
Evergreen
Cal thought it was
College?
the funniest thing ever. Oh, yeah, maybe Evergreen. College. Yeah.
I didn't go to Evergreen. I went to WSU. But
Um,
This is
it
back when
probably
you
would
had
have been
blue
more
hair.
fun.
Wazoo.
Raver Basher
So
said that's the first
cold.
time I've heard about tying them condoms. He said I've been doing it wrong all along.
You
By
guys
the way-
don't tie the condoms off
You're
when you're
supposed
done
to
with them?
tie condoms.
What do your
You
cousins
just let
do with them?
spooge spill all over everything?
No,
babies.
I understand not doing it.
They
If
just
you
have
were-
babies.
If she threw it in the garbage can, I
Don't
understand
let
why.
touch
If you
it.
had no plans on coming back to fish that cummy condom out of the garbage can, I can understand not tying it up.
Right.
I didn't
and
wanna
you had to
touch
throw
it
it away
extra.
for him?
Yeah. He's a lazy asshole.
Yeah.
So he
Get
just
up.
laid there and went, "Get that." I mean,
Good.
I
No,
couldn't
it was
imagine.
just kind of on him, so I was just like, fuck it. I have friends coming over.
All right, fair enough.
Okay. The parallel parking asshole.
Yeah. Really?
Was he laying down when you took it off of him?
Yeah.
What else would he be? Oh, I
Yeah.
guess he could be standing up.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
And if he was laying down when she took it off, it might have.
How big was his penis?
Jesus.
Jason.
You ever seen a
like were the
a
hot
hockey?
dogs good
Oh,
practice
he
or
was-
no? Is that a good gauge?
Some things are for me.
Okay.
But he was very insecure too, because like one time we were having sex and he was inside of me. He was asking me if he was better than an ex that we had ran
Oh
into
my
earlier
God.
that day. This is the kind
While
of
you were
jerk.
doing it?
Yes.
That's weird.
Yeah. He was a
Did
weird
it-
guy.
So-
was he good in bed?
Shouldn't you
He
just
was
keep it?
pretty good, but I was 23. I didn't have much.
That's true.
I
Okay.
didn't have much
Is he
to
still
go
in your
off of.
spank bank?
No.
Okay.
No. Too much of a jerk for me to even handle.
Right, fair enough. Right, jerk. Handle. I get
He's
it.
the kind of guy that after I turned 30, called to apologize for how he treated me. He's
Oh,
that
good.
kind of guy.
Well, that's
At
good.
least he's growing.
That's good.
Yeah.
At least he's growing.
But he
And
still
then-
dates 23-year-olds.
And then did he immediately ask for a blowjob?
But he treats him better. It's a
No,
campfire
no,
rule.
no.
Okay.
No.
When I'm home, I don't want to run errands or have to figure out a meal plan, especially because I have kids. That's why Blue Apron is a great solution. Their chef-designed recipes are easy to follow and give you a balanced, delicious meal. Blue Apron is a quick and easy way to make high-quality meals that everyone can enjoy. Use promo code LIARS to get $30 off your first order. Blue Apron, take back dinner.
Story 1. In 1994, I was born. Thank you. And
Go Gators.
Go
Go
Gators.
Gators.
And he was crowned the International Jugglers Association's People's Choice Award, and he beat a poor one-armed guy showing
He wasn't
blatant-
poor.
No,
He
he's
just had one
freaking
arm.
skilled.
Poor as in the poor one I got. He ain't got an arm. I mean, poor guy, he's only one-armed fella.
No, he's amazing.
He's amazing.
And
You just powered
That's
through
why I
it
was
also.
shocked that I beat him.
And Ngaio showed blatant disrespect for the handy-capable and beat this guy. And, yeah. So,
I showed healthy respect by treating him as a worthy opponent.
Yeah.
There you go.
You didn't hold back.
No, I
You
did
didn't
not.
tie one.
he didn't
I
hold
wanted
back
that
either.
award
Stop
so
it.
bad.
One-armed.
Stop it.
waiting on
Stop it.
Oh,
I'm not going there. That's disrespectful.
you're gonna raise your baby like that?
No, my baby's gonna be awesome.
I bet.
Story 2, he's a humble bragging winner of many, many awards, including
That's
the
right.
coveted Mission High School Class Clown Award.
He's at an
right.
Austin
I
level
also
That's it,
won
yeah.
the
of bragging.
Chico Comedy Competition in 1991.
Chico comedy competition.
That probably exists.
It did.
Yes.
It did.
And it's on your shelf.
I
Still
beat out
is.
I'm in a
Darren Carter, the party starter.
Oh, did you?
Yo, I'm a big Darren Carter fan. That's my guy.
Oh, you see yourself in him?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna start bringing a flashlight up. I wear that tracksuit to bed that he's always wearing.
I'm still in a Chico comedy group on Facebook.
Oh, it's hilarious.
Yeah, and they get pretty mean with each other. It's like such a small
Because
scene.
it's a small scene. They don't
Yeah.
have shit else to do.
Yeah, but you think they would be?
Complimentary.
Trying to leave
nice.
Chico. That's what I think they'd be
Guys, we're
doing.
gonna make it. We're gonna go to LA and do 2 open mics.
Well, funny thing is the only guy I think
Shit,
that
you can get 2?
I'll put my hand and I'm gonna put my name in all the buckets.
the only guy I could remember that left was the guy they called Phil from Chico.
Huh.
Went to New York. That's kind of
No,
ironic.
he's Phil Chico, New York.
He's not Phil from New York. He's still Phil from Chico. You know Phil from Chico? Oh yeah, that guy lives in Manhattan now. He's gonna legally change his last name.
So you said you already had some thoughts on this one. Or what are you voting?
Oh, you want to recap?
Oh, well, yeah.
No,
No, we
do one.
vote after.
So I think that his first story, which was about the
He's not looking at you.
the juggling, is a lie.
He's looking at
And
everybody else.
one main reason is I watched a lot of his body posture during the first story.
Oh.
He had, and this is why I didn't want to say anything before her story. He was wiggling this bottle around a lot during it. He was doing a lot of hand motions. During the second story, he was totally calm. His hands were very still. He was very
But it was
relaxed.
an easier thing to say, though.
Well, both of them were pretty easy, but the first. Why aren't you
He had-
looking at me?
He had a
Ngaio?
lot of details.
His
about the
first
person.
story. Yeah, his first story. Like I said, I think there was something. And I may have the exact quote wrong. There was some quote about his age or about the time, about the how many years apart he was from the one-armed kid. It didn't add up to
Do
the
you think the
second
juggling
story.
is a lie?
The juggling is a lie. The second story, totally believable. I think he was probably at that convention. I think he probably saw who won the People's Choice Award. He was hoping his name would be called, but it wasn't Ngaio that won that award.
The only reason I'm going with that being a lie is because I think that he researched, or not researched Jen, but saw Jen was going to be on and said, what's she been up to? And looked up and saw that one-armed guy was on her season. And he goes, you know what, I could use that. I'm just going to do that in the story.
That would be
See,
so much
But
looking
that is
up.
hand down the
That's a
most
lie.
reasonable
That's a lot of
story
work.
I've heard yet.
Well, I'm leaning towards that the high school thing is a lie, only because, and I don't know for sure, but I think Ngaio has gained his smoothness through time.
I didn't mean to make fart sounds.
Okay.
I didn't mean to make
Okay.
fart sounds.
That's an interesting point. That's true, but both can be true.
That's true. Yeah.
You can be funny and not smooth.
That's
A
true.
lot of people have
Oh,
full-on
yeah.
movie careers out of that.
But in high
Oh,
school,
almost said something.
Dare you.
it's all about
Another one.
being smooth, like all the cheerleaders and all the the people like
Is
that.
the class
win.
clown known for the smoothness?
Yeah, a lot of times they're still the
Cheerleading
cool
class
kids.
clowns.
They're still one of the cool kids, typically.
I don't know. I don't think so.
Yeah.
My class clown was only in middle school, and I was not smooth in middle school. I was just goofy. I roasted the teachers. I would even make teachers laugh. It was just about being goofy. I don't think anybody would refer to me as smooth.
Well, I was class clown, but class president, so probably like more nerdy than smooth.
All you guys won class clown? Maybe
you-
it
are
is
you
true
jealous?
then. Shit. I didn't, and I'm the funniest one in here. So.
Woo!
Dang.
Well, maybe you grew with time.
Gauntlets,
Maybe you were a
Rob.
hack in 9th grade
I'm gonna
and
say.
sharpen your skills over time.
I'm gonna say that the juggling one is fake only because I don't think he was 15 at the time. The one armed.
The one armed guy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because
That's the only
he,
thing that throws me off.
because I thought he was older than me when I met him, and he would have had to have been a lot like. I don't know. That age does not sit
You
well
met
with
him
me.
when?
Something about
I met
the
him in
numbers.
like 2009.
And he was 35-ish then.
Yeah, that just isn't.
What's your vote, Michael?
I can't believe I've heard 4 fucking stories. You know what I mean? I've heard like it seems like I've got enough details for like almost one. I guess that somehow I believe the juggling thing more. I don't know. What do you guys think? I've got no
I
fucking
think
idea.
that
I think he
class
won.
clown is a lie.
I think he won the juggling.
Oh, you're the
thing
class
at a
clown is a
different
lie?
time.
Yes.
But we're all saying the first story about his juggling is a lie.
Yeah. I said I think he earned his
Okay, so-
smoothness through time, not
So you
in high
agree
school.
with
I
Jen
think,
and I?
I think that he won the juggling thing at a different year for a different award, but I think he's won.
I think he
He
might
may
even
have won a juggling award.
I
for
think he
sure.
might even
Yeah.
have won it that year. I think he added the one-armed guy because
No, that guy exists.
Yeah, he exists, but he added that because you were going to be here. Like what? That's too coincidental.
That's too
lot.
much. That's
That's a
too
lot.
much.
I couldn't imagine the
that guy's
juggling
big
community
in the
being.
juggling
I
community.
couldn't imagine the juggling community being huge, where he
Casey,
wouldn't run
that's
into
his
the
name.
one.
So just coincidentally,
sounds
his
right.
first story happened to have a guy that was on her season of America's Got
That
That's a
Talent.
good-
happens.
Yeah.
The
That's
a
world
good
is
point.
small.
That's a good point.
Yeah, there's like 4 jugglers.
we
on that
agree just for
season.
different
Yeah.
reasons. But yeah, I think you're onto something.
What's your vote, Michael?
Fuck, I guess I don't know. I didn't win class clown either. I guess I'm going with I think the fucking juggling story is true. So the second story's a lie.
So you're
Wow,
with
so we're
me.
split.
Yes.
Okay. Well, it's the 2 of us against them.
All
Against
right.
3 of us.
Hey,
Reveal.
all
Yeah.
right. Fuck
What
y'all.
is the
except
online
Jess.
consensus?
Let's see here. Dark Star Ngaio, first story true. The Raver Basher says agrees with you, and somebody else, Crazy Stoner, agreed with us. David,
Okay.
that
All right.
first story is a lie.
All
Which
right.
one's the lie?
Sounds like people are pretty split. So either
Yeah.
way,
Oh,
you did a
does he
good
tell
job.
now?
Yep.
Yeah.
Which
Okay.
one's the lie?
Juggle.org. People's Choice Award winner.
Wow.
1994.
Yeah.
Me and you.
Wait, that's
Yeah,
true?
we did
Ngaio
win class
Bealum.
clown.
Damn.
Yeah.
So you weren't class clown.
We were
or-
too
I was
busy
second place
dominating.
class clown.
But
only
that-
because it was my first
But
year.
You
that
broke my
guy
record.
Exists. That guy exists.
So you really were up against a 13-year-old one-armed guy.
I did. I
And beat him
his ass.
mercilessly.
I beat his ass. He's on America's Got Talent, but I got a fucking trophy. I got a fucking trophy.
That is hand.
Casey,
Good
I
job,
love you,
man.
but
Good
that's it.
job.
That
That's
is
great.
hand down the best juggling story I've ever heard.
It was one line.
Oh man.
Keep it simple.
That was good.
That
wow.
was good.
That was good.
I can't believe Michael and I got that one.
Yeah. Fuck yeah. Feels great.
Nice.
Jessica knew me. You've gotten smoother through time. It's true. I practice.
Were
Yeah.
you? Let me ask you this: were you intentionally moving your stuff, like pretending to be nervous during the first one, or is that just a total
No,
coincidence?
I'm just really good liar, and I stopped.
Oh, okay.
I had to stop lying. I don't even like doing things like this because I try not to lie anymore.
See, that's what his
Okay.
second story was so easy. He didn't need like a tick to remember things.
You
It
could
was
just
like,
lie, dog.
It's just
say
one
it.
sentence.
You're just lying.
Right. And it wasn't too far
It's
from the
cost me
truth
problems.
Yeah,
because he did win
Stop
second
lying.
place.
he did win
Which
second
causes
place.
other problems when you don't lie.
That's
it's,
what
it's
lying
different
is.
set of problems.
Problems.
All
Okay.
right.
Well, let's recap.
Am I supposed to
Jen.
do this like you?
Sure.
Yeah, don't give them away. No tells.
All right, story one. Jen was tongue kissing some fellow when she was 15, and she was such a bad kisser that she scared the guy off.
She scared him into asking for a blowjob.
Well, then he did.
He came back and was
Maybe
like,
if she just holds still, it'll be
The
better.
recap's
he
still
came
going.
back. He came back and was like, here, let me let you practice kissing.
Well,
Kiss my dick.
you guys are right. He did change his mind. He came back and asked her for some good old-fashioned mouth love. So he told her to go practice on a frozen hot dog.
He
and
didn't
when
Didn't
she
say
tell
got
her.
that.
come back, and she did, but the ween was not really her thing, so she threw it away, and then she swore off BJ's for at
Her
least 2
stepfather
years.
caught her.
Yeah, I can't believe you
Yeah.
didn't
I
mention
forgot
that.
that part, sorry.
Don't you love how? Don't you love how Ngaio's the winner and you're the wiener?
And that's why you didn't win Class Clown. That's why you didn't win Class Clown.
Go Gators!
Anytime you have to point at the end of a joke, you shouldn't have said it. Okay?
Don't worry, Jess, you killed in here, dog. You get, oh, yeah. I'm dying in here, dude.
Play to the back of the room.
Was the hot dog really frozen?
Yes.
Is that part of it?
Yeah.
Man, that doesn't seem like it would help or simulate a more realistic penis.
I didn't know what they look like.
Right.
You knew they weren't frozen. Never mind.
Yeah, I
Go
knew
ahead.
that they weren't
You'd
just
seen a
cold.
penis.
Not at that point.
It might have been
No.
better if you
Oh, right,
boiled the
family
hot
internet.
dog.
Family
Just
internet.
kiss for the first
The
time.
It'd be
family
warm.
computer was
It'd
in
be
my mom's
floppier.
craft
It would've-
room where
Fair
she
enough.
made
A
Christmas
little
ornaments
swollen.
year round.
They weren't teaching people
Man,
how to
you
Yeah.
guys
kiss.
talk
This
a
is-
lot.
Couldn't
this is
just
turning me
be
on.
looking that up.
When it takes forever to download, you get caught
Two
in it.
Yeah.
conversations going on at the
Yep.
same time.
Sorry.
This is wild. Austin, you want to start one with me?
Am I on acid right now?
Are you?
Story 2, she was making sweet love to her college boyfriend, and she's the classy roommate, so she hid the used rubber when they were done in the trash can.
Gross.
Her friends later that day threw her a party, and the guy she
Which
banged
was
brought his
nice.
actual girlfriend, and she ends up walking on the two of them in the bathroom banging.
dating.
So she goes back to the trash can, gets the used condom, and chucks it at her with the remaining goof, splashing all of their
Yeah.
faces somehow, even though it had been hours, and
Well,
it
how
probably
did-
was dried up.
How
but-
did he introduce her?
Gators.
Go Gator, baby.
Just
It's a
I didn't even.
Cheryl.
I didn't
What was her
wanna-
name?
I don't remember her name.
Alrighty.
I just remember I wanted her out of my house.
Okay.
What are you?
Nothing.
With the...
Did she leave right away?
She stayed for a second, and then my roommate's friend came up and said, "Oh, this must be really awkward for you." And she goes, "Yeah, this is awkward." She's like, "Good, because you need to leave." Yeah.
Did she get
Really
any goof on her?
No.
Yeah, but she may not have even known.
No,
No-
I
no
didn't think
goof
she
spatter?
knew. I didn't think she knew because remember I told you that those two boys that I made out with had a girlfriend. I didn't want to do that to another girl because it wasn't her fault that she was cheating on.
Who fucks in the bathroom and doesn't lock the door?
People.
And guy was raising his hand
I've been,
for those listening.
I've been busted
No,
by
I-
forgetting to lock a door once or twice.
I think they
And
would
do
have
you
locked
think
the door.
do you think that Jen was that woke back then?
Woke.
Miss Pierston. Well, you didn't want to blame the other girl.
I didn't because
You
I
were- in
had
the
it
heat of
happen
passion,
to me.
I probably would have pulled that girl.
I
hair.
gotta
had it
say,
happen
I
to
would
You're
have
from
been.
the South. It's
I
different.
was on
Different
that.
teachings.
I was on that level too. If a
Yeah.
girl cheated on me, I was never mad at the guy.
Yeah,
because he never made me a promise. She did. I've always
Right.
thought that. So
Oh,
And
even
she
as a
just-
young, yeah,
She
Yeah,
just
young
thought
person.
yeah,
she
yeah,
had
yeah.
because I had been with him for a long time, and she had just thought she was having a good night, and I didn't want to.
She was.
Yeah, she was having a good night with a really hot guy.
Who's apparently halfway decent in bed.
Yeah,
And he can parallel park like a motherfucker.
he couldn't.
Right?
I could now. I'm really good at parallel parking. Now.
Raver Basher just wants to remind everybody that she's obviously a classy lady. She uses the word spooge, and Jordan corrected
Goof.
and says goof.
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 It is a goof.
She does say spat though, which we
Yeah.
find to be very classy.
I know.
Really?
Yeah.
Your
Shat.
bar is low.
None of us say spat or
So,
shat.
Jessica, you think what?
I don't know. This one's really hard.
I think the first
Uh,
story is true. She strikes me as more of a hot dog blowjob girl than
I don't want
walking
to
in
know
on
what
guys
your
she just
friend
banged
base
in
is
the morning.
like.
I feel like comics often have a lot of pent up anger, and so when they do snap, shit does get wild.
Yes, I agree with that. I just don't think they got wild enough.
And the little zinger at the end, I think, was kind of a little too much. Like, I don't think he really said that.
Yeah,
Oh.
I feel
What
like
was it? I forgot. It
yeah,
was.
you
It's like,
fuck.
you think you're gonna
her.
fuck?
Yeah.
You fuck me? I'm gonna fuck you.
I don't believe it.
That's
so
like
that's
a-
something you say before you do some pegging.
fuck you. Oh my
like a kung fu movie.
Oh, now you're
Whatever
not
you're-
invited to SNL.
Yeah, yeah, you fucked it up for
Damn.
all of us,
Why?
Austin.
Wow.
Why? You
You don't know
racist?
that-
What was that? That was just a
I don't know.
character.
Your eyes are almost closed. No big deal.
Damn.
Okay. I'm gonna. You
Oh.
practice your blowjobs over there.
Yeah.
Not cool.
10,000 hours.
See how she's very conservative, so
She
you're
is.
gonna you made her very uncomfortable.
So second
did.
story's a lie.
I,
I think the second story has too many holes.
Nice.
Oh.
I mean,
Yeah, 3-ball open,
fair.
baby.
Class clown, 8th grade. Just
Fair.
saying.
Yeah, runner up.
No, I think the second
It's
story.
also
is,
like I'm very angry, so it's hard to remember every detail in that moment
Right.
because I was really fucking pissed.
And that's what making me lean toward. I think
That's why I had notes.
I think that the hot dog probably is the lie. The hot dog is the lie. Because could you see her so sweet and cute? Like, you
Well,
fuck
here's the
me,
thing.
I fuck you.
No, I could not. I
Here's
could not
the
see
thing.
that at all.
You know,
Actually,
when I-
I could
listen,
see her
when I
blowing
was
a
But
hot
I
dog.
do say stuff like
When
that.
I was on
people
this show,
laugh.
when I was on
It
this show,
hurts.
and I could tell I had somebody fooled, I stopped talking. And when they got me, I try to explain my way out of it. Right?
Oh, yeah.
I just told her that her second story was a lie, and she tried to convince me that it was true. So I just don't think that's the case. So I think
Okay.
I think-
I'm
I
just
think
not
she's
good
still-
at lying, so I'm just sharing.
I think you blew the hot dog.
Yeah.
But did not
That's just
spooge
fun
the
to
dude.
say.
Yep, you did blow the hot dog at 15.
I
Totally
don't think she
believable.
blew the hot dog.
I
Please,
think she did.
please, guys, can we start saying tube steak?
No.
No,
Blew the hot
You think
dog.
she blew
suck
the
the
dog?
frozen weenie. She blew
Yeah.
the dog.
Okay,
That's
I-
careful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Fair.
That's a new layer
fair.
of practicing.
My-
she
my-
didn't blow the dog.
Yeah.
My new EDM DJ name is Blue the Hot Dog. But BLEU.
Awful.
I think she blew the dog, but the
PLU.
the
Here's
condom
the,
story is a
here's the
lie.
thing. In all seriousness, I guess if I'm trying to decide what to vote for here, I agree that it seems more likely that someone that would grow up to be a comic was a weird enough kid to try blowing a hot dog, rather than rather than her personality type having the balls in a devastating moment to go, all right, now I'm gonna go on the offensive. Is it like it seems like you
And
would
not
wanna
just
get
the
fuck out of there.
offensive, but to even remember the condom was in there. Because in that moment, you would be hurt. You'd be like, you
Yeah.
asshole. But to remember that a condom is in a trash can and to go dig it out to throw it
Oh,
in
I don't know.
that
It
morning,
was
though.
in you.
And she
It
had a
was in
catchphrase
you.
and
You would
stuff.
remember that shit.
Maybe.
Did I tell you guys the one time that
Meth
I?
head fucking roommate's not
Yeah.
going to take the garbage out.
Yeah, you
It's still
remember
gonna
that
be there.
shit.
Do you know talk about this sentimental things and all that? One time I had sex in my my trailer park
Oh,
with
this
this
is gonna
guy.
be real
See what I'm
uncomfortable.
saying? You thought I was just making this shit up.
Welcome
just
to the
talking.
Jessica
Sentimental.
page.
But
Thank
we
you.
had sex on a mattress that did not have sheets on it, and I was on. This is
Bed
gonna get
bugs.
so nasty. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we
But
know.
it did have
This
other
is hot.
people on it.
But I was on my lady time,
Oh,
and
boy.
we did that. and it,
Oh,
You gotta put a towel down,
no.
we didn't. And it made a heart on the mattress.
Meant to be.
Red heart.
Little red hobbit.
And we thought it was a sign.
And Jessica and Lisa have been happy ever since.
Period.
If you're banging your cousin in the trailer park on
What
an
did you name
unsheeted
it? You
mattress
named this.
during
What
her
did
lady
you
time
name
and
it?
it
We
leaves a
didn't name
stain,
it.
you
Okay.
might be a redneck.
Yeah.
It's gonna turn like a rust color though. It doesn't
Like,
stay
if-
red.
Yeah, but at the time it was
If
so
you
cute, and we
banging
told
your
everybody.
Wow.
We told everybody.
Yeah, our whole little group.
Wow.
Yeah.
How many friends were in your group?
We did a lot of drugs and stuff. It was.
Y'all have had some interesting lives.
That's what Joey Diaz told me.
Says the guy who says the
Joey
guy who
Diaz
won a-
told you that?
The guy who won a juggling award says they had interesting lives.
Yeah, it wasn't a heart-shaped cooch stain.
It was her heart coming out her puss.
Just like that.
Love.
Like that. Love.
Okay.
Um,
So
Um,
did you?
What is your vote?
what was your
Did
vote?
I
you
don't
decide?
Yeah. Okay. Let's do final vote real quick because we got to wrap it up. I'm gonna say, wrap it up. Sorry.
And then throw it at somebody later.
I said that the hot dog is a lie.
Hot dog is a lie.
That She did not blow a hot dog.
Yeah, I'm the opposite.
Hot
She
dog
blew.
true.
She blew the hot dog. Hot dog's true.
Hot dog's true.
Hot
Mike?
dog's true. I don't think she threw the condom.
Okay. What do you vote?
All right.
Hot dog's true.
Hot dog's true.
And online,
About
real
yourself.
quick, shout out to our buddy Michael Vargas, like our number one
Mike
fan.
Vargas,
He's
what's up,
watching.
Mike Vargas?
And Mike thinks that the first story is true. He's agreeing with the majority in here.
You
So
could be a very good liar, Jen
All by
Saunderson.
myself. Okay.
What's the answer?
All
What is
right. So the hot dog is true. I will tell you the side story. I will tell you the side story. It was actually my birthday. He brought another girl. I caught them making out on the couch, and I did take the condom, but it was in a bag, and I threw it at him, and I actually hit him.
Good for you.
So-
Don't be embarrassed about that.
Damn it! But
Yeah.
it's pretty. So
He
you
brought another girl to your
He
birthday
brought another
party?
girl to my birthday party.
That
Dude.
My
motherfucker.
birthday party.
We
You know
still
what?
kick his ass
Do you
right
want to know
now.
what makes
Yeah.
me mad about that though? Is that it pretty much is true. That story is true. You threw a condom at a guy.
It's not like he brought another
But
girl
they
for
weren't
your
banging. They
for
were
you.
just
making out.
Like,
No.
hey, Jen,
And-
it's on
and they
your
never had
birthday. I thought
sex.
we could swing.
Hold
They
on.
did not
Remember,
have sex.
they
They did
weren't
not have
having
sex.
sex in a bathroom with an unlocked door.
Yeah,
Right,
but
It was
the
right,
Michael.
whole as Felicia would say, the crux. I don't even know what that means. The crux of the story
It's where Voldemort keeps his soul.
is that she caught them doing something, and she threw a used condom that they had used that morning
The
at
crux
him.
to me is that she caught them banging, and she never did catch them banging. She just caught them.
I caught
crux to
him
me
making
is he
out.
got
I pulled
spooge on
him.
his chest.
I pulled him by his hair, and I looked at him.
Don't ban her. It wasn't two truths. It was a lie and a truth.
Okay.
She hates when people tell two truths.
Similar stories.
She
that
gets
are true.
ragey.
Those
and-
are there's 3 different
I agree.
parts to that. What makes it different
Yeah.
than
Okay.
the real thing?
And he was second place runner-up for Class Clown. That's pretty damn close.
Yeah.
That is-
See,
But it was not. It wasn't. It was close, but not.
Yeah,
no.
it's like what
Yeah.
you're saying about the clinker of the story still being. I see why it was passable in your opinion. I see why
Yeah.
Jess is saying it's similar. I
Yeah.
see both sides of this.
Yeah.
Is it too similar? Did I do a bad?
No, you did great.
Did I do a bad? Oh, she's so
Damn,
sweet.
Jen.
Did I do a bad?
Don't start crying.
Oh, God. Okay, you guys were great. That was really good.
Thank you all.
Nice
Did we get to
job, you
plug our
guys.
next gigs?
Yep, that's what we're going to do
Oh.
right now. Who wants to go first? Where can we find you guys?
You can find me at the Punchline in San Francisco on October 8th. And then I'll also be hanging out at the Cannabis World Expo in Boston, October 26th through the 28th. I'm looking forward to smoking all of Massachusetts' finest weeds. Please find me. Oh, and on the social medias, NGAIO420
on everything.
on my mama.
I am Jen Saunderson on everything on the social media, and my sketch team Squish. We will have our final show on the 3rd Sunday of this coming October. Yeah, we just found out yesterday. At
sucks.
the Pack Theater.
That was my high
Sorry.
school nickname.
Squish?
Squishy, but yeah.
Nice.
Aw.
It's back to you.
Nice.
I know. I
Gators.
couldn't help myself.
Go Gators.
Go Gators, baby.
Where can we find you, David?
DavidCSmalley.com. I have way too many tour dates to list here.
Oh, my God.
Just go to DavidCSmalley.com and click.
God.
My October
Yeah.
is
I'm
so
gonna be at
busy.
Tommy's Hamburger Joint.
Starbucks. I'm
Meaty
in coffee.
Beefy Beef Burger.
Oh no, you guys still hear each other?
Yes.
Oh, I lost
Yeah.
everything.
Okay.
I had all my
Yeah.
that's okay. Yeah, just David C. Smalley on all social media.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Michael, where can we find you?
You can find me at High Five Michael on Instagram, and I'm hosting Late Night at the Hollywood Improv on Saturday. So come on out. I'll be around all night.
Great.
Woo!
I'm at the Austin Walker on everything, and we have our next Belly Room show coming up on October 29th, which is a Tuesday.
Yes.
Back on Tuesday, back
But
in the early.
before then, we're at the Ice House
Oh yeah, that's right.
on the 12th,
October 12th.
Saturday.
There
I
you
want to
go.
do a live show with y'all, so
We'll talk about
put
it.
me in, coach. Put me in. I was one for
And
one.
you, Jessica?
That was a smackdown.
Me.
It's never gonna happen.
Yeah, those shows that we just said also, I'm doing Neil Brennan show at the
Nice.
West Side Theater October 8th.
Nice.
Yeah, so I think it's the 8th, yeah.
It's
It's going to be
Tuesday.
fun. Yeah, that's it. And follow me at Jess Wellington 2 across the board. Look up Felicia's Amazon show Pervs.
And
Mhm.
her My Whole Story is up
And-
there now, or The Whole Story.
How are they spelling that?
The whole story.
HOLE, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like her one-woman stand-up special, one-woman show. It's really good. You guys should watch it.
It is.
We'll have to check
She's
it out.
amazing. Thank you guys for listening. And you have been lied to.
Go Gators.
That is not going to get you on a show.
I'm not telling that.
Disney believe you. Will the real liar please stand up? Right?
She's totally serious.
And you have been lied to.